A Champion Heart was released in 2018. This is also known as A Horse from Heaven. It's directed by David DeVos, written by Stephanie DeVos and David DeVos, with a cast including Mandy Grace as our protagonist, Mandy. And I want to read the description from IMDb because I think this is pretty great. It says, a troubled girl finds faith, hope, and healing through a relationship with a wounded horse. The wounded horse aside, that just sounds exactly like, and not in a bad way, all of the many films where a young girl goes to spend time with a horse and finds, and I quote, faith, hope, and healing. And I think it sums it up perfectly. I don't want to go into too much detail, but Mandy is grieving because she's lost her mother, and she goes to spend time at this sanctuary with the horse. And, well, I don't want to say too much more than that, but there are obviously a lot of obstacles for her to overcome, including a lot of emotional obstacles, and she bonds with this horse and finds the aforementioned faith and hope and healing. And I'm a big fan of these films. There are a lot of them, and that's not a bad thing. There are many, many films where usually a female protagonist, sometimes a male, spends time with a horse, and this horse allows them to maybe look at things from a different perspective or to gain a better understanding of their feelings. And this film is absolutely no exception. The narrative works really well. It's really enjoyable. Mandy is a likable character, and I really enjoyed following her story. We have a bit of setup at the beginning. It was just enough time for us to get to know Mandy without feeling like it was dragging to get to the main point. So I have no complaints with this. Visually, it's really satisfying if you're a horse fan as well. Obviously, that part will definitely appeal to you. And I don't know where it was filmed. That information isn't on IMDb. If anybody knows where it was filmed, please feel free to let me know. But it looks great. Some gorgeous outdoor aspects to it. And in general, it's a really sweet film. If you like these films where we have, as I said, usually a female protagonist learning to deal with their emotions, assess their situation. In some ways, we have behavior correcting, or in this case, learning to deal with grief. They usually deal with a slightly different topic, but the overarching themes are usually the same. And there's a good reason for that. It works really well. And A Champion Heart, or A Horse from Heaven, is a good example of one of these films. Nice film, likable characters, great performances, visually stunning, lots of lovely messages. It's a really solid film, and needless to say, I'm very happy to recommend it.